Greetings, everyone. I am Dimebot, and welcome back to Flight Sim and Favorite Places to Fly. Today, we're going to be taking off from Guam. Now, this is a unincorporated territory of the United States in Micronesia, in the Western Pacific Ocean. There's some history here, and I'm just going to go on the record before we even get in here. This shouldn't be an unincorporated territory anymore. It should be its own independent country, but that's as far as I'm going to get in my own political or how I feel about this. But it's 1898 till now. This is ridiculous. It should be their own country. Anyways, it's still a beautiful island, and there's a lot of really interesting stuff to talk about here. So let's go ahead and fly. All right, here we are rolling, guys. You'll notice the very large runway, kind of a little interesting looking. This is Anderson Air Force Base. This is the base on the northern tip of the island. We should have absolutely no problem taking our little plane off here. The CT is super light. Although this does feel like the world's longest takeoff roll, doesn't it? And there we go. Takes a little bit to get into the air. Now, as I said, we are on the northern end of the island. Let's go ahead and look at the EFB at the flight planner. So, you see there we are leaving the Air Force Base, the entire rest of the island stretching away to our south-southwest. And as I said, this is a part of the Micronesian subregion of the Western Pacific. As a matter of fact, this is the largest and southernmost of the Mariana Islands. Population of about 168,000. Chamorros are its largest ethnic group, but a minority of the actual ethnic groups on the island. And we're going to be heading down towards the capital. You can see it out there in front of us. Now, this island has had a long history of basically changing hands between people that didn't originally own it. The Spanish, the Americans. Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan was the first to visit and claim the island in 1521. Then it was colonized by Spain, during which it became a stopover for Manila galleons. And then during the Spanish-American War, the U.S. captured Guam in June 1898, and under the Treaty of Paris, Spain ceded it to the U.S. effective April 11th, 1899. Then along came World War II. Now, the island is a major strategic asset now, and it was especially during World War II for the U.S. U.S. tourism and the military provide a large chunk of the economy. As you might guess, being where this island is, it's got a tropical rainforest climate, so this place is hot. This place is humid. This place gets monsoons. It has a wet and a dry season. Dry from January to May. Transition in June. Wet season from July to November. Average rainfall was 98 inches or 2,490 milliliters. That is between 1981 and 2010. It's a lot of rain, y'all. So let's take a break from the fact sheet that I wrote out for myself here, because while that stuff is fascinating, it's not the most important reason we're here. You'll see that it is quite a naturally pretty island, and we are coming up on what should be the capital in front of us. It should also house the major hotel chains, as well as the U.S. Naval Hospital. Keep on course here. Now, interestingly, the island is divided into 19 different municipal villages. One of those does actually include the capital, which we are running up against right here. As I said, primarily a tourist driven economy. You do have tourists from Japan and South Korea as well. There are 20 large hotels in Tumon, which is the tourism hub. Now, interestingly, those hotels used to do some pretty significant damage because they would dredge the bay to provide a better experience, but that has since stopped to protect the diverse wildlife in the region. As you might guess, the COVID-19 pandemic was not kind to this island. But tourism does still is still a cornerstone because it has recovered somewhat. At least from all of the reading that I can find. So let's come in here, and as you might expect here, we're going to start seeing the hotels. Here we are. Quite some impressive hotels down there. And here is the other airport. You'll see it just off to our left over there, the non-military airport. Now, interestingly, I have mentioned the military, excuse me, a couple of times. The Joint Region Marianas Command, which is on the island, has about 39,000 acres of installations, or 29% of the island's total area, nearly a third. These include the U.S. Naval Base on Guam, the Anderson Air Force Base, the U.S. Air Force Marine Corps Base Camp Blaze, the U.S. Navy Ordnance Annex, the Naval Computer and Telecommunications System, LOM, sometimes referred to as NCTS Finnegan, Naval Radio Station Barrigada, Joint Region Marianas Headquarters, Naval Hospital Guam, the South Finnegan Military Housing Complex, Anderson South, formerly a Marine Barracks, and Fort Juan Muna, which is the Guam National Guards. 1/3 of the island dedicated to the military. It's crazy. You'll see the island becomes a little bit more mountainous as we continue to pass to the south. And that is because of recent volcanic activity. All right. Turn back towards the city and back towards the airfield. Have a little bit of traffic leaving today. It's a fun flight in a small aircraft. You are quite a ways from anything on this island, so don't expect to go very far in a small aircraft unless you turn off fuel consumption. But as a place to leave in airliners such as that one, or if you are flying a military transport out of Anderson up north, very interesting flight you can take over water. And this has been a look at Guam, guys. That'll do it for me today. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. You can leave a comment, and if you have a place you'd like me to fly, put it in the comments below, or put it on the community page of the channel that is now open for business. And if you are here to the end, watch time is key on YouTube, so thanks for helping me feed the algorithm. My name is Nabot. I'll see you all next time.